Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to draw lines, but wait, not just any lines, but lines is fairly easy. All you got to do is press shift and maybe bang bang. That's all well and good, but today I'm going to show you a new tool that it could be an introduction or maybe revision. It's of course linear equations. So let's get to it. So the first thing you ever see your linear equation is in gradient form. So that's basically this. So we get like y, like we want y, who equals to 2x plus it by 4. Oops. Bless me. Anyway, so let's go talk about the parts of this linear equation. So this is the y-axis. This here is the gradient, which is m, and m equals to rise over run. Oops, they both start with r. Let's go fix that. Rise over run. So that basically means let's just say every one unit you travel, you must rise by 12. Pretty extreme, but that's the gradient. And part of this, there's always a secret 1 here. Then we got the x, so it's basically 2x. And then this is c, which is known as the y-intercept, or whatever that's been intercept. So I'm going to draw a quick Cartesian plane. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the y, this is where this will intercept. Actually, this line would be more like that. Something like that, maybe like that. Alright, so let's go do some examples. So I'm going to make this Cartesian plane pretty, oopsie daisy. Alright, I'm going to just draw some units. So that's about. So you probably most likely be learned to draw like this stupid grid, which is like 7 thing, but all you really need to do is know 2 points to draw a line, because a computer can draw a line by 2 vertexes, and it doesn't require you to do the entire grid. If you don't understand, this is definitely not introduction, this is definitely for revision. So let's go start with this. So I'm going to show you my this method. So what we can do, we can make up 2 x values. Let's just say -3 and +3. So let's do the formula. So y will so x equals to 3. So that's our first clue, and then now we need to find y with this formula. So since we know x is -3, oopsie daisy, not 3. So it's -6 plus 4, so it'd be -2. So the location's here. I just did that in my head. Oopsie daisy. I hope you should understand. This is fairly easy. And then now we're going to do +3. So it's 6 plus 4, so now it's 10. And it looks like it's all the way up here. I'm going to do that again just to make sure. So it's 6 plus 4. Yep, it's 10. It's about here, and if I do shift and I connect those 2 lines, what do you know? The y-intercept here is 4. Okay, that's all well and good. We could do another method here. It is the rise over run method. So we know this is the y-intercept here, so we're going to just mark that. And now we need our second point to draw our vertex. So since we know this is like a secret 1 over here, and remember that formula said rise over run. Rise over run. Now think about this. This shouldn't be too hard, but I gave you enough thinking time. It should be time's up. So we're going to run 1. Okay, so we're going to run 1 and rise 2. And there we go. So our point we say is about here, and if I do shift 2, we should get exactly the same line here. I hope that's correct, so you can go back to the video, but yeah. So now we absolutely work. Now let's go find out on the calculator. See, I got my ClassPad Manager. You can download this for a free trial of 90 days. It's amazing. Oops, no logs. Logarithms. Logarithms suck. So let's go find out if we're actually correct by a simple Cartesian plane. So 2x plus 4, shift plus 4. Okay, now we find the this button, and indeed we got exactly what we have here. That's great. I'm going to check for my notes if there's anything else I need to teach you. It's not you, it's myself most likely. Okay, let's try different variations of rise over runs. I'm going to find, we're going to make a new Cartesian plane. Oops. Excellent. There's one more method, but it's called interceptor form, and I don't really know much about that, but I'm going to be really confident with those two methods I just taught you, or myself. All right. So let's go see other variants. So y will equals to, like, this could like stop you in future, like a fraction. There might be like a fraction, like -3 over 2 of x, and the interceptor is 0, so we got 1 point here. So what that basically means is every 2 we go, so 1, can you just imagine there's like some lines here? Imagine some lines. I actually can turn on the grid right now, and we can just like do that. Okay, now we have a grid, so now this should be a lot easier. So when you see a negative like this, it can be in it could be in 2 ways. Well, actually, yeah, the grid only allows me to draw in a grid way. All right. So I can't do curves. I think it doesn't matter unless the grid is showing. All right. So it can be written in 2 ways. It could be you can flip around. Oops. Oh, none. It could be like 3 and -2, and I'll show you the 2 variants and why. So we have a grid here. So we're going to run 2, which is here. And when we run, let's go software, and we run 2, and it's say -3. Remember this, what's the Cartesian? This is the first quadrant's positive, and the low quadrants here are negative. So again, -3, and this is it, and that's our linear equation line. So so we run 2, and we're down -2, and let's try this way out to see if that's correct. So we go to negative and we go 3 up, so it's up here. And if I turn this line off and we should press here, we should go right through the y into the the reason why is a little bit off because it's not in the middle. But we can see here we hit, oh dear. But we can see here we hit the 0 point, which of this grid. So let's go punch this into here. So y equals to -3 divided by 2x, and then we press this and it will generate a graph, and yes, it does, indeed it does get the same shape, except with this triangle. The reason why we got that incorrect because I didn't put this line match up with that line, so that kind of stuff us up. And I think that's about it for linear equations. So linear equations is really easy. If you don't, to summarize up, if you struggle with linear equations or you do think of 3 numbers, I recommend you -3 and +3. Substitute in the x value and you do the formula and you get your 2 points, then roll a line. If you don't understand, if you don't like to use that, just rewatch the video. Simple as that.